Welcome back to Rockingham. Let's relive the moment where the race lead came under threat for Jerry Taylor. Up the inside goes his teammate, championship leader Dave Clark, but too fast into the hairpin, and that's what can happen at Rockingham. You can use that runoff and come back. Oh, and there's a problem for John Bierman as well on the way into the hairpin, but Dave Clark manages to recover and just nips across ahead of John Bierman's brother David to recapture third place. David having a good look up the inside in the 87 car. So Jerry Taylor, the race leader. We're looking at the third place man, championship leader in his very immaculately newly re-liveried car in third position. Rick Styron in second place. So Dave Clark, the 41-year-old from Southampton in Hampshire, company director in automotive and aviation electronics. Car prepared by Jerry Taylor's concern, and a lot of motor racing experience for Dave Clark. And he's trying to close in on the 99 car of Rick Styron, the 40-year-old from Leeds, company director of Styron Motors, ex-kart racer, raced with a lot of success in karting, did Rick Styron. And as many people do, took a bit of time off to concentrate on getting his business up and running, but now thankfully back out and racing and entertaining us in the Design911.com Porsche Championship, run by the BRSCC, the British Racing and Sports Car Club, who put on some superb action up and down the country. And Rockingham Circuit, which is near Corby in Northamptonshire, providing us the venue for today's action. Styron hangs on to second, but here comes Clark side by side for second place, and Dave Clark goes through. Brilliant manoeuvre by Dave Clark up into second position. Well, a podium wasn't out of the question, of course, because he was in third, but the man who has dominated the Porsche Championship over the last year or so, back into second position as we go and look at the 924s. Alfred Piesinger in car number 18 up into second position there ahead of Adam Croft. Side by side they come out of turn 4 and across the stripe. Down behind them we've got Sean Siddle, Mark McKenzie, Andrew Hannington and Piesinger in second position in car number 18. The 94s have put on some they still put on some cracking racing, heading towards really being one of the classic side of the championship, but look how close they all are. Hannington at the back of this quintet of cars at the moment, and offered a podium finisher. Stephen Brown, I think, currently leads the 924s ahead of these, but I think we're going to get a change here as Croft looks to the inside line, but he in turn comes under pressure now from Sean Siddle, the man from Holt, shoe retailer by trade, and he's up on the inside line. Fantastic stuff. Mark Marshall's going to come up and have a go as well. Mark Marshall, company director at Flegg Transport. I don't think we've got Jason Flegg in the race today, which is a shame. But Marshall in car number 2 having a good go, and now a challenge for second position. Up on the inside goes Sean Siddle on the inside of Alfred Piesinger. Here's how it played out. Siddle through on the inside, but carries too much speed and spins. Now, oh, bang! Piesinger tries to avoid him, clouts him, and goes off into the gravel. That is notoriously difficult to get out of the gravel here at Rockingham. Look, the second, third and fourth away in the distance, and Alfred Piesinger, the championship leader, finds himself out of the race, and now the scrap for second position between these cars, currently led by Adam Croft. Andrew Hannington trying to go around the outside of Mark Marshall. Marshall in car number 2 hangs on to third position. So all that really very much about a championship scrap as they come up across the line. Adam Croft looking pretty comfortable at the moment in that second position. 924's lapping around here, around about 10 seconds off the pace of the Boxsters, and we'll take some Boxster action now. And it's Nick Hull from Steve Boyles with Dave Hughes in the mix as well at the back of the pack, the 53 car. And these drivers thrashing it out at the moment for 6th position. Nick Hull with the upper hand. You can see ahead of them the man in 5th place, Mike Seller, the yellow car. Stella Seller, as he shall henceforth be known. Off the start like a rocket ship in both of the 2 races, Mike Seller, and he no doubt enjoying his racing. Change on here. Steve Boyles looking at the inside line as they come down into the hairpin. Late on the brakes, can't quite do it. Nick Hull confidently sweeps around the outside. I think that was Rebecca Jackson's car parked up on the outside of the hairpin, a 924 retirement. And Hull and Boyles continue on their battle. You've got to say that Dave Hughes just dropping away a little bit at the moment, down in 8th position. 9th is Guillaume Gruchet. Martin Braybrook's out in the boxes as well this weekend. Car number 41, if we manage to catch a look at him. But out front, Jerry Taylor, is he going to make it a double this weekend? Jerry Taylor looking very good value for money in the 16 car. There is his teammate Dave Clark in 2nd position. Already the Boxsters, as you can see, working their way through the 924 field. Nick Hull coming under pressure again for that 7th position. Steve Boyles this time, is he going to be able to draw level? Yes, he does. And Nick Hull goes straight on onto the grass. It was Rebecca Jackson, wasn't it? It was off on the outside, and through comes Dave Hughes. So Dave Hughes makes the most of that mistake as well and comes through as we go back to the battle between Mark Marshall and Andrew Hannington. This is the scrap for 3rd position in the Porsche 924s, out of the school hairpin. Sorry, Tarzan hairpin onto the school straight, and now down towards the Brook S's. Left-hander, immediate right-hander, left-hander again onto the main straight. Through the right-hand part, if you're big and brave, you can hold on to the outside line at the second part and grab the inside for the next corner as we go back down the order and pick up car number 9, Mark McAleer, the former champion in the Porsche 924s. He's been running in the Porsche Driving Club of Great Britain Championship, and great to have him back in the 924s. Very much enjoying his racing here at Rockingham, but coming under pressure and about to be passed, so he does indeed lose out of position. Down into the Dean hairpin they go. They'll look away in the distance. It was Mark McKenzie, wasn't it, that put the pass on Mark McAleer, so that's down in 17th position overall. So Mark McKenzie now ahead of Mark McAleer. That's a good scalp for McKenzie. Man from Bessingham, runs the McKenzie Hotel Group, car prepared again by Victoria Motorsport, and last year was his debut year, so for a newcomer to pass an ex-champion is very good stuff indeed. Meanwhile, Sean Siddle, his teammate, coming under a bit of pressure here from the race leader. Jerry Taylor goes through safe and well, manages to lap the number 11 car. Just ahead of them now, it's Martin Braybrook in the 41 Boxster, who's going to be lapped by the race leader as well. Jerry Taylor on for fastest lap, 1:33.32 for Taylor. Stephen Brown, fastest man in the 924s, looking to make it 4 wins in succession. So great news for Brown. Let's just take a quick look back. Lights ablaze from the 2nd place man. Dave Clark is still there. He's managed to lose the attentions of Rick Styron at the moment. So things have very much settled down in the Porsche Boxster battle as Taylor goes onto the main straight. Still quite a bit of traffic for him to deal with out front. Andrew Hannington is going to be his next target. There is Andrew in the 22 car. IT consultant by trade, car prepared by Albert Motors, and a long history of racing Porsches. VW Vento runner as well in the past, and raced with us in the Porsche Championship since 2008. Jerry Taylor really getting away. He's absolutely mastered the Rockingham circuit. Ex-Caterham racer, and I've seen a fair few good Caterham races here at Rockingham where slipstreaming really comes onto its own. And there is the checkered flag. It's a race win, number 2 of the weekend for Jerry Taylor, who takes the win. There, coming through for 2nd position, is going to be Dave Clark. So Dave Clark takes 2nd position. Here is that scrap in the 924s. Rick Styron's running 3rd in the Boxsters, and Adam Croft is there and is going to take 2nd position. Adam Cross going to take 2nd position in the 924s. Here they come up across the line now. Number 5 takes it. Andrew Hannington in 3rd position in class, followed by Mark Marshall. But the man taking the plaudits once again in the Design911.com Porsche Championship was Jerry Taylor. Taylor wins from Clark. Rick Styron in 3rd place from David Bierman, then Mike Seller and Dave Hughes in 6th position. In the 924s, the race win once again goes to Steve Brown.
Well, I got a reasonable start. It was a bit of a drag race for myself and Dave Clark into turn one, into the hairpin. Dave managed to sort of slip down the inside of me. Then went a little bit wide. I attacked, got past him. Second lap, he did exactly the same, but going into the hairpin off of the banking, completely outbraked himself and went straight on. Gave me a bit of a lead, and I thought, oh, he's going to be coming out in 6th, 7th or 8th place. Looked in my mirror and blow me, he's third.
Dave, an interesting second race. What can we say about it?
Well, I was praying for this rain about 25 minutes ago, to be honest. Jerry's had stunning pace in the dry, and in fairness, couldn't touch him. I made a mistake. I mean, we had a great start, 3 corners side by side, both very fair, no paint damage. But I made a mistake, Jerry got by, and I was, to be honest, never coming back.
I'm very pleased with 2 podiums. I have to say both Jerry and Dave, a mixture of them driving probably better than me, car setup better than me. 3rd place was the best I could manage this weekend. Did the best we could with what we had. The track focus team's doing very, very well, but they just had the edge this weekend and I couldn't stay with them.
In the 924, Stephen Brown takes the win with Adam Croft in 2nd place and Andrew Hannington in 3rd. 4th goes to Mark Marshall with Sean Siddle 5th and Mark McKenzie coming home in 6th. Championship table looks like this. Dave Clark still leading the championship. Jerry Taylor up into 2nd from Stephen Brown, who takes over at the head of the 924s. Alfred Piesinger in 4th from Jason Flegg and Rick Styron in 6th. Well, that's it from Rockingham. Join us next time when we're racing at Brands Hatch.